you very much. So we'll just have a brief statement from Ska Keller and then some very brief questions, 3 questions, precise and to the point, please. Thank you.
Well, thanks all for coming here, for listening and joining that debate. I thought it was a very interesting debate that we had. It made clear that there are quite a number of differences, and especially also in one field that maybe was a bit short in the debate, and that is the whole issue of climate. Even though when I say short, it was clear that it was the hottest issue around, because you could see all the interaction happening, but also with what happened on the social media platforms. A lot of questions came in on climate, and I would hope that we would have had a chance to answer more on that, because in that particular case it's very clear that there's a difference between just saying that climate's fantastic and actually putting words into action. Voting in the European Parliament, where unfortunately not all the groups have a very good record, and as Greens we are the credible force for climate protection, because this is the issue that we have been fighting for over decades already, winning many fights, losing some fights, but if everyone now talks about the climate, then at least we can hope that in the next Parliament we will have more successes on that. We really believe that there is a time for change in the European Union, because we need to fulfill the promises of the European Union. We need to get the trust of the citizens. We can do that with concrete action. We have proposals, not just on the climate, of course, which is very important, but also how to tackle social inequality in the European Union, how to make sure that civil liberties are valid and there for all Europeans, no matter where they live, be it in Hungary, be it in Bucharest, or be it anywhere else in the European Union.
Thank you very much, Carl. Some questions? Okay, question over here, please.
Hello, I'm from Georgia, and this question not about the climate, it's about your position about the EU enlargement. What do you think?
The European enlargement has been a great success in the past. It has really brought Europe closer together, and has brought many benefits also for the countries that have enlarged themselves, has brought many important reforms, be it in the area of justice, fighting corruption, and of enhancing democracy. So enlargement has been a success story, and we should not put it to the bin, but rather keep working together with the countries that are hoping for accession. But of course, we also have to learn from issues like that. We need to make sure that democracy is really a thing that keeps staying there when you're a member of the European Union, so that we're not just ticking the box once the country has accessed the European Union, but that we stay vigilant, and that democracy and progress and rule of law will further on be achieved.
Hello, Ilya Kozin, TV-Net News Portal, Latvia. Imagine that you are European Commission President. Just picture now the action plan against environment pollution. What the first assignment in that plan would be? Thanks.
The first assignments would be to look at the budget that we're currently discussing, that will need to be finalized right after the European Union election, and to check what money we're currently actually spending on harming our environment and our climate. Currently, taxpayers' money is being used as subsidies for climate harmful technologies, energies, and so on. And this is quite crazy, because we only have this one planet, so why should we spend money on destroying it? Rather, we need to redirect that money to climate-friendly technologies, energy, and research, and a lot of jobs could be created with that. Part of that is also the issue of the agricultural reform, where for us it's very important to make sure that we support ecological agriculture, and agriculture that is good for the landscape, for example, that puts a lot of people into employment, and not an agriculture that just looks at the size of a farm or the traditional position of a member state in the historic distribution of the agricultural funds. Those are just a couple of things that we want to do. We want to put every spending in the European Union's budget under a test on whether it's climate friendly.
So we've got time for one more question, otherwise we'll wrap it up. Anything more? Okay.
Well, there was a question about enlargement, but there is inner enlargement in the European Union. What about the Catalonia, which is also enlargement?
The Catalans are a member of the European Parliament, of the European Union, apparently as well, last time I checked.
They are not. They are Spanish, but not Catalonia. They are claiming inner enlargement. Are you agree with this?
On the Catalan subject, our position has always been very clear that we are promoting dialogue and all parties need to come to a table, have a clear political dialogue, and we need to make sure that tensions are not further escalating. That needs some efforts from both sides, but I'm sure that steps can be taken from all sides in a good direction.
Okay, that wraps things up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye now.